everybody. Today is November 13th, 2024, and unfortunately we've got another hurricane to talk about in this very active hurricane season. My name is Roger Sherman. This is EcoCentro. So here we have the National Hurricane Center Tropical Outlook page, and unfortunately, as you can see here, they're showing a 90% chance of tropical formation in the next 48 hours and a high 90% in the next 7 days. And what we're going to talk about a little bit in this video is what the forecasters are saying, and then what actions, if any, you should take. So this is Brian Shields' weather page. He's Mr. Weatherman. As you can see, he's got 688,000 subscribers, so very well followed. We really like his coverage. He's very professional. I'd highly encourage you to subscribe to his channels to get sensible information. He's been looking at this for a while. He's certain all four models having this become a hurricane over the next few days, and it's going to stay pretty stationary in the lower part of the Western Caribbean. And then there are some steering effects from two things. One, there's a high over Florida, and secondly, there's a cold pressure system coming down from the continental US that could cause steering. So they're not completely sure if it's going to track overland, sort of up through the Yucatan Peninsula, or stay more out at sea, which would give it a chance to become stronger, because the Caribbean Sea is very warm at the moment, and then track through the Yucatan Channel. So that's what we need to keep our eye on. None of us know exactly what that track is at the moment. You go to EcoCentro's YouTube page, and you can look at all the videos that we have online, and what you'll find is, apart from talking about solar and backup batteries, etc., we did a whole series of videos during Beryl. The longest of which was number 5, where we talked in depth about different things, different steps to take, etc. So I encourage you to look at that video. I think you'll find it useful if you've got concerns and questions. However, in this video we are going to take you through very quickly just some of the standard stuff to think about, because with a hurricane that's being forecast so long in advance, we all have time to take action, which is great. Okay, so very briefly, these are the topics that we're going to go over today in this video: hurricane preparedness, what to do during the actual event, your solar system and how it pertains to hurricane preparedness, the electrical grid, backup systems, both for batteries and generators, and after the event. So let's get right into it. Hurricane preparedness. Those of us that live in the tropics and have been here for a long time, we all have our sort of contingency plans, and having a list, I think, is very reassuring with the timelines of what you want to achieve by what day. So one of the obvious ones is making sure that in your garden, or if you have a terrace, balconies, etc., you don't have anything that can turn into a projectile, and everything is either secured or brought indoors to protect against anything becoming a projectile. If you have a canopy or an awning, or umbrellas and outside furniture, all that sort of thing, just think about that and how you can best protect it. You also want to make sure, you don't have to do panic buying, but you want to make sure you have food in the house, you have fresh water in the house. If you have flashlights, do they have batteries? If you have medication, do you have medication, etc. And the reason for that is it might not be possible if there's been a lot of trees down, or anything that prevents the roads being used easily. And remember, if there's no electricity, a lot of shops won't be able to open because they won't have any means of charging their customers. So supermarkets kind of go to pieces when there is a hurricane, because they have no way of charging you. So just think about that and just be prepared. You do not need to go out and be prepared for the apocalypse and buy 3 months of food and dig a hole in your garden. You don't need to do that, but you just need to be sensible, have food for 2 or 3 days, have water for 2 or 3 days, etc., and make sure you've got medications and all those essentials. Okay. During the actual event, I think it's really reassuring to make sure that you're following the track of the hurricane to know where it is exactly, but also listen to the local authorities. The local authorities have a lot of experience in this. They will tell you what to do, what to expect, etc. You should follow that advice very carefully. Okay. Your solar system, there's really nothing much to do about that. When we started this company more than 10 years ago, my partner and I, we decided to anchor these systems in such a way that they wouldn't need to be removed. In the case of a hurricane, I have 41 panels in my own house. I do not take them down. You don't need to take your panels down. The biggest risk during an event of this type is not the panels blowing away, it's them being impacted by some sort of projectile. That is very difficult to defend against, but the panels will not blow away. Do you need to turn off your system? The short answer is no. If you'd like to turn it off, you can. If the grid goes down, your system will shut off automatically unless you have a backup system. If you have a backup battery system, one of the things you want to do is make sure that you are on full backup, which means that your batteries are fully charged so that if the grid does go down, you've got the maximum amount of time that you can get through without having any external power from CFE. And remember, if you have batteries with solar, what happens is during the day you're actually using solar, you're using the batteries at night, and when the sun comes up the next day, those batteries will recharge. So it can go on indefinitely if it's sized right for your particular needs. If you have a backup generator, a couple of simple tips: make sure you check the oil level, make sure that everything looks in good condition, that there isn't debris or anything that's fallen on either the air intake or the exhaust side of your generator. Make sure that you have fuel, so you want to make sure that if you're running off liquid propane, for example, that your gas tank has plenty of fuel, and right now you've got plenty of time to fill that up before the event. So this is why having a plan and then checking the items off one by one is a really, really good idea. And then after the event itself, what I would say is just be careful, right? People tend to go out, want to go outside very, very quickly, but there can be cables that are hanging from light poles that we don't know whether those cables are energized or not. There can be sharp objects that have flown around, whether it be glass or metal or even sharp tree limbs. In Beryl, in my rush to go and clean up my garden and my pool and everything, I got absolutely zapped by chichen, which is a tree that is poisonous. It has poisonous sap, and I got it very, very nastily. I got it, and I'm not the only one. I heard of other people with that same thing. So just be careful, be sensible, and again, follow what the authorities are telling you in these situations. Okay, they do know what they're doing. Thanks so much for watching. That's it on this particular video, the first bulletin on Hurricane Sara. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, give us the thumbs up, it really helps. And you can hit the notification button, and that way you'll be advised when we have more content going up. So we will be doing more updates as this storm progresses. If we're lucky, hopefully they got it wrong and we're not going to be affected at all, or maybe we'll just have to be a little bit more careful because it's coming closer than we thought. So let's all keep our fingers crossed, and remember, as always, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and keep calm. Okay, it's just a storm. We've been through many of these, and we'll be with you all throughout the process. Okay, thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.